Welcome, Strategy Battle Gamers, to yet another video here on the YouTube channel Spilfending Fellowship. My name is Andreas Norwegian Viking, and today we take a closer look at the Battle Company faction of Thranduil's Halls. So the flavour for Thranduil's Halls is, as the once beautiful Greenwood, the great sickened into Mirkwood, Thranduil's people became skilled hunters and deadly warriors, a bane to all evil creatures. Through their determination and prowess with bow and blade, the sinister influence of Dol Guldur has been held in check, but how long will they be able to hold against a growing threat? So of course this is the forces of the Wood Elves you see in the Hobbit movies, and they are noted by Gandalf to have more brawn than brain. A bit of a different list than the previous Wood Elf list of Lothlorien that we talked about yesterday. So in all battle companies, you either get the option to start with the example starting company, or indeed make your own from the reinforcement list. The way you make a battle company is you choose a faction, in this case Thranduil's Halls, and you choose 3 of your warriors to become heroes. That's 1 captain with 1 might, will, and fate, and 2 sergeants with 1 fate each. The warriors get to upgrade through the equipment list and get promoted, while the heroes get a hero equipment list and a way to get better, basically. So the example starting company for the Thranduil's Halls list is 3 Wood Elf warriors with Elven blade and throwing daggers, 2 Wood Elf warriors with Elf bow and throwing daggers, and 1 Wood Elf warrior with Wood Elf spear, for a total of 60 gold. Now you can also spend those 60 gold to use your own imagination and make your own warband. You only have access to Wood Elf warriors though for 7 gold each, but you have a plethora of equipment to give them. Now you can only give them equipment that they would normally get through the SPG profile. So for instance, no horses for them. So you have the option to give them for 1 gold Elven blade, shield and Wood Elf spear. For 2 gold you can give them Elf bow, Elven glaive or throwing daggers. 3 gold you get an Elven cloak, or for 6 gold you get access to a horse. Now this is of course if your horses die, you can buy a new horse. The heroes, however, choose from the hero equipment list, and they gain their items through buying gold as with normal warriors, but of course if they have given certain upgrades, you have to pay the premium. So if your hero has received +1 upgrade to either attack or wound, so that they have 3 or more in total, you pay the premium price. Now the hero equipment list is 1/5 gold, so after the slash is the premium price. 1/5 gold you get an Elven blade, Wood Elf spear or a shield. For 2/5 gold you get Elf bow, throwing daggers or Elven glaive. 5/10 gold is Elven cloak, and 6/10 gold you get a horse. Now you have promotions and ways to get better, and through promotions a normal warrior can either become a hero on a 6, or on a 4+, they get the next step in their line of promotions, basically. So you have for Wood Elf warriors, they become a Mirkwood Elf. Mirkwood Elf with Elven blade and or glaive then becomes a Palace Guard. A Mirkwood Elf with bow becomes a Mirkwood Ranger. A Palace Guard becomes a Mirkwood Cavalry, or a Mirkwood Ranger then becomes a Wood Elf Sentinel. So you have a bunch of different options and a lot of fun with this. There's no choosing what to become, so you don't have to make that horrible choice of, do I want the cavalry now or do I want the cavalry later? That's something that's baked into the actual rules. Now the heroes themselves gain special rules and or extra stat line increases, and Thranduil's Halls list have, as every single battle company list, a bunch of own specials and relics you get via getting a experience roll. Rolling a 5 on the experience chart means you get a skill or a relic. So you can either roll on the specials chart for fighting, shooting or command, or you can indeed choose one of the skills or relics from your own warband list. Now the specials are as follows. You can either get Terror. The sight of an elf lord in power causes evil creatures to recoil in fear. The hero causes terror as described in the main rules manual. So easy peasy, it becomes terror causing. Next one is Stormcaller. The hero has learned to channel the elemental forces of the wind with devastating results. The first time this rule is chosen, it gains access to the Call of Wind's magical power, which has a range of 12 inches and is cast at a 2+. He also gains 1 point of will. This means the first time he selects this rule, his point cost will increase by 10 rather than the usual 5. The second time, the hero gains the Nature's Wrath magical power, which is cast at a 4+. If, when casting a spell, the dice roll is a natural 6, no will is expended to cast the power. So this of course applies to both magical powers, not just the last one. It is a special, it is a separate element of the special rule. Now the next one is Blade Lord. The hero's skill with the blade is incredible. He receives an additional attack for each model he is engaged with after the first. The bonus is determined at the start of each fight and lasts until all strikes from that fight has been resolved. If the hero already has Knife Fighter special rule, the Blade Lord rule replaces it. So this is basically Thranduil's special rule from the Hobbit movie, and it is a good rule at that. It means your hero will obviously never be out diced in a fight, unless your opponent has multiple models with 2 attacks each, of course. Next one is Combat Synergy. The hero has trained his warriors to work together in a seamless dance of battle that is graceful and is deadly. At the beginning of any phase, the hero may swap places with any warrior within 2 inches of him. This does not count as moving. So this is a very cool rule. You can swap with warriors that has been charged. You can swap to gain movement, stuff like that. It's really cool. So you really can put off your opponent and make any tactic he uses invalid, basically. And last, they have a relic, and that is Bow of the Greenwood. The Bow of the Greenwood is an ancient weapon skillfully crafted and enchanted to unerring strike down those who wish to harm upon the forest. During the shoot phase, the hero may expend a point of will to auto-hit his target regardless of models or objects in the way, or if the model is engaged in combat. So this is basically Legolas' rule, other than he has to use will points to make it work. So quite a cool rule to gain, and powerful at that. So there's a couple of notes about Thranduil's Hall's Battle Company. The first one is, thanks to their incredibly long lives, elves have a long time to own their skills in battle. Elven hero may increase their fight value to 7 rather than normal 6, like other races. And the final note is, as Wood Elf Sentinels are already veteran warriors completely devoted to the craft, they cannot be promoted to heroes. And that is a good rule to have. I guess they are quite powerful as they are. So, would I do anything differently? Now, you don't have the ability to gain armor other than the shield. So, I would basically go for a shooty warband. So I would get as many bows as I could, go for a defensive stance with a lot of glaives, or even a couple of shields in there, and just get through those first couple of matches so you can get the elite warriors in. You get your Mirkwood Rangers with Elven Cloaks included, or you can become Mirkwood Elves, which have armor, so you have the 4 in defense rather than 3. So yeah, it's pretty good list, and has the ability to do plenty of cool things. So that's it for the Thranduil's Halls list. Please join us tomorrow as we talk about the next faction, and it is Durin's Folk. So we go on from elves to dwarves tomorrow. So as always, please comment, like, share and subscribe, and support your Hobbit hobby.